If I had cash lying around and I don't know what to do with it, yes, I would want one of these. 1x4, sure. I want one. Hi and welcome back to the channel. I'm Steven with your episode 11 of which third-party resin figure brand is any good. Yup, episode 11, and this would be the second episode of the year because I publish this video roughly once every 3 months, once every quarter of the year. So it is now in April, a bit late. I'm a few weeks late over here, but better be late than never. So we shall go through a few actual production pictures or user pictures of third-party resin figures like always, and we shall figure out which one is good, which one to avoid, right? And once again, we will be going through in alphabetical order for the figure brand name, and the first one here is Absin Studio, which I've covered quite a few times by now, but I'm covering them again because we are looking at this Cheshire Magic Hat version, I think, from Azalane, which is a fairly popular version of her as far as outfit design goes, and they really did not disappoint me because it looks nice, right? The only issue is that this is a fairly simple pose, and I think Good Smile company did a better job in comparison. The Good Smile version just came out very recently, within this year, I think. Better pose, better base as well. This one is not too bad if you want to get this one and you can find one in stock at normal prices, not inflated prices, then perhaps go for it because this is bigger at 1x6 scale. But otherwise, I would say go for the Good Smile company version first. Next one here, Epsin Studio again, Xenoblade Chronicles Mitra. And this one, I'm having a bit of a mixed feeling over here. I have reviewed one Epsin Studio figure myself on this channel. I think it was Jingliu from Honkai Star Rail. That was a great figure. However, for this Mitra, this is another victim of one of those inflate the melons on her chest just because people want them. They're not being loyal to the official character design. So, yeah. Those melons on her chest are way too big, that's number one. But even if I were to ignore that because some people want their figures this way, what do you guys think about her face? Because I'm not exactly pleased about her face over here. This is not typical of Absin Studio, right? They usually get their faces right, but I can't help but feel that this figure's face is a little bit off, but it could also be a matter of viewing angle because from this angle, she looked quite a bit better. Meanwhile, from this angle, it almost looks like her eyes are misaligned or something. Of course, that could be because of a wide-angle camera lens being used. I can't be sure, but this photograph over here does not look like something taken with a wide-angle lens. This looks like a 35 or 50mm lens to me. I'm saying this because I have experience as a photographer. This does not look like a wide-angle shot to me. If the eyes look slightly misaligned over here, like one eye is bigger than the other and it is slanting a bit, that could be a problem with the face sculpt where maybe the cheeks are too big. Or maybe the vertical dimension of the head is way too long, right? They need to shorten it a bit. So this one is a bit off to me in my opinion, but some people may find it good enough. Moving on to the next one, ACG Art Studio Final Fantasy Tifa. This is the official picture and wait, is this the final production picture? If I saved it, it should be the final production picture. I think it is, just that they set the figure up in a professional setting to make the figure look as good as possible. I think the face here looks acceptable and this is an action figure, a seamless one. Yeah. Okay, no comments from me. I think the face looks fine. Next up, we have AGC Studio. Not ACG, this time AGC Studio. Me side 4 forms Meta. Did they make her look thicker again? No, not really. I think her hips are kinda thick, but other than that, the one on the left, that one looks nice. The one in the center, Anyways, I'm not too familiar with this character, right? There is an official figure of her on pre-order at the moment. Was it Rolly Star Studio or something? It is an official figure on pre-order at the moment. If you want her, I would suggest pre-ordering that one. Uh, that is also available in Ami, by the way. So let's move on to the next one, Alice 21 Studio. Okay, this is a studio that I can recommend most of the time. I do find their figures attractive. This is Blue Archive Tendo Alice. Right, the name of the characters together with the brand is on the top right corner of the video. Okay, it looks fine, but it is a bit skinny, isn't it? I know this is a lolly, but her legs are kind of skinny. Yeah. Tendo Alice, once again, I'm waiting for the official figure. Was it Good Smile Company again? The one that was revealed in a recent Wonder Festival where she has that big cannon that she's firing upwards. Yes, I want that figure. Maybe. So this one is not my cup of tea, I guess. Oh, she also has a cannon behind her. I missed it earlier. Yep, that object behind her. Fine, but I think I prefer the pose and the expression of the one yeah, by the Good Smile Company version. Next up, we have Artbox Studio 1x4 Scale Final Fantasy Tifa. So, okay, this one, she looks a bit sad, a bit depressed, but the face sculpt is pretty good. And whether this is considered accurate to Tifa or not, the way I'm judging this is that I'm comparing it to the official product pictures they showed us during the pre-order period, right? Not necessarily the official artwork of Tifa Lockhart by Square Enix. So if I would compare it to this photograph over here, this is the official photo we got during the pre-order period. It looks identical. Yep, different angle, but it looks identical to me. So nice work from Artbox Studio. Think they did a fabulous job over here. Just that I'm not sure if I like that base over there. It looks like she is sitting on a pile of diarrhea. Yeah, hardened, solidified diarrhea or something. The color is not nice. Yeah, looks like she's sitting on cow dung or something. Right, moving on to the next one, Astral Spirit Studio. This Azalane, Shinano, and Musashi. This Shinano looks nice, right? Yeah, I had to cover up her chest, but she's still wearing normal clothes, you know? Musashi over here. Musashi, her face looks a bit different from the character design in the game. This is like almost going into semi-realistic category or art style, but Shinano looks very anime-like, so I wonder what is up over here. I like Shinano a lot more, but these two figures are obviously a pair, a set, and they look fine the way they are. Still very pretty. I'm just nitpicking over here, right? I think Astral Spirit Studio did a very nice job over here. Heavy shading on the dress. Look at the blue and the violet, the heavy shading, right? Different shades of it. And there is plenty of detail on the hair of both figures, so I'm liking this. Yeah. More figures by Astral Spirit Studio, Blue Archive Sukatsuki Rio. Now this one, I feel like they inflated the opie again. It is a bit too big. Yeah, I mean, Rio has big melons, but this is a bit bigger than I remember. Yeah, I think it is a bit too big, but this is nothing new for third parties at this point. As for the face, looks fine. There are slight variations, like depending on which brand is doing the figure of Rio, their face might differ a bit, but this is nice. And perfect armpits, I suppose. Moving on to the next brand, AT Studio. So Astral Spirit Studio earlier, three figures, including the two Azalane figures. I think that is a brand that we should keep an eye on. I think they are doing a good job over there. Now here we have AT Studio, Claymore, Teresa, and Claire. Okay. I don't think I have any closer up pictures, but from this distance, looks fairly nice to me. And this should be a 1x4 scale, going by their size, right? Compared to the size of the table. Yeah, I don't have any close-up pictures. This is what I got from OshGK, by the way. OshGK has their own Discord server and they actually share production pictures like this straight out from the factory. It is worth joining their Discord server actually. Right, next up we have Etopo's Studio KOF Mai Shiranui. I remember this one. She pre-order opened barely a few months ago. And okay, the face is pretty. So with my Shiranui, this is a case of whether you like the art style or not. There are so many different versions of my Shiranui depending on which KOF it is, and every artist have their own interpretation. But if you are fine with what you're looking at, this is a nice face sculpt coming from Etopo Studio, even though it isn't my kind of thing. Yeah, the eyes are quite nice, in fact. Okay, next up we have Baji Studio, Genshin Impact, Nahida, and Klee. Yes, I doubt that the actual figure will look this vibrant or this saturated. They obviously edited this photograph after taking it, right? They boosted the colors way too much that the skin color is starting to look a bit unnatural. But putting that aside, my focus here is on the faces, right? That is the only thing I care with these production pictures. I want to see whether they got the faces right or not. Fortunately, it looks like they did a good job over here. And Baji Studio is also a brand that I've covered a few times. I find the figures to be fine. So this is a brand that you can pre-order their stuff if you're interested in anything that is currently on pre-order. Right, yep, the face sculpt, closer up look. Nice. I like this Leaf Lolly a bit more than Klee earlier, but they are meant to be a set. You need to get both, you know. Next up, Baji Studio. Oh, this Bronya J-Chick is fabulous. Great work on the sculpt on her face, man. Yep, Honkai impacted, and here, of course, kinda Ahegao face, yet not Ahegao at the same time because her eyes need to be looking upwards. I feel like this normal face plate is better this time around. This one is, I mean, nice to have, but this is better. Oh, yep, photocopying her own opai. Look at that. For some reason, I just mentioned it days ago in my figure news fix where third parties love putting the office ladies next to photocopy machines. Even the photocopy machine has a heavy dose of shading. Look at how they do the grey color paint work over there. I like it. Hair has heavy shading as well. Baji Studio is cooking. Right, next up, BBSD Studio. We have a really dark photo of 2B and Frieren crossover over here. Well, if they had to blindfold her eyes, then I guess that even if they messed up the face slightly, you couldn't tell, isn't it? It looks nice though. I don't think I have anything to complain about other than the photographs being way too dark. Okay, BBSD Studio again. Oh, this Card Captor Sakura just pre-order opened like a month or 2 months ago. They are done with producing it. Looks accurate to me. Right, the face sculpt looks fine to me, but the figure is way too simple. Just pink color bodysuit. I think she stole the bodysuit over here from Alice from Nikkei. Here we have Beast Studio Uma Musume Special Wig Cat Claw. Oh, this is nice work from Beast Studio. You see, Beast Studio is inconsistent. There were some releases where the face of those figures was slightly off. So this is a brand where you still need to approach it with some caution. But if you're really desperate, you want to pre-order it, then by all means go ahead and do it. I hope they don't repeat their past mistakes, but this special wig figure looks really nice. And also for Beast Studio, they make 18 plus anime figures as well. Not this one, but there are some other figures that they do 18 plus cast off versions. So, hey, this is up to you. You look at the skin shading right around the knees. A lot of pink color paints over there, but nicely done. Right, next up we have BGA Studio, Blue Archive Sukatsuki Rio. Okay, BGA Studio is a brand that just put 2 figures on pre-order this past week. I covered them in figure news weeks. And that trio of Mushoku Tensei figures, right? I did not like Sylvia's face that much. But over here, this Rio from Blue Archive by BGA Studio looks fine to me. Yeah, I only have one picture, unfortunately, but from this distance, looks fine to me. Of course, your concern over here may be whether her arm will distort over time, whether the figure will lean over time. So your guess is as good as mine at this point. I do have concerns about the figure leaning because that is a pretty thin arm, yet resin figures are heavy. I hope that they reinforced her arm with metal rods inside. Right, pose is excellent. In fact, I wish that this figure has a genuine PVC figure version. Next up, we have BGA Studio again, Rabbit Hole Hatsune Miku. This is all I have. I don't have any closer up pictures. I think they did a fine job on the face, at least from this distance. Right, moving on to the next one, BGA Studio again, Xenoblade Chronicles 2 Neuma. Okay, this one is good. Right, compare it to Mitra from Epsin Studio earlier. This one, the body proportions are mostly correct, and the face is nicely sculpted. Like the shape of the face is right, the cheeks are not too puffy. I feel like that Mitra earlier, the face sculpt is slightly elongated, which may be why it looked a bit weird to me. This Neuma is fine. Right, BGA Studio is a brand that, hey, can pre-order their stuff, I guess. So here we have BGA Studio Anya. Crossover with Sabo. Is it from One Piece or something? I think it is, right? From Spy Family. So Anya figures I'm a bit unwilling to cover nowadays because I'm just lengthening the video unnecessarily. Most third-party brands do her figures just fine, right? No, not much issues. Same thing over here. Yeah. So let's move on to the next one. There's not much else to discuss over here. Anya's eyes are a bit too big, but this is down to the artist preference at this point. Details are everywhere. Not my kind of figure though. Up next, Blooming Lily Studio Azalen Kiyosach. This is a really nice Kiyosach figure. Is there a genuine figure brand making the same figure? I think there is an announcement, right? Was it Apex Toys? I can't remember. I do recall this version of Kiyosach getting an official figure. Face is perfect. The face is perfect. They got it right over here. That looks like Kiyosach 100%. Oh, this is beautiful. I love it. Right. Next up, more pictures. You see, when I save so many pictures, that is because I like the figure a lot. This is what I want to see from third-party brands. Right. More pictures. Oh, there is LED in the base. Oh, that's even better. Right, next up, we have Blooming Lily Studio again, Pyra from Xenoblade. I'm afraid I don't have any close-up pictures for this one, but the face looks fairly accurate from this distance, right? I can't judge any further without having any close-up pictures, and this one is available in 1:6 and 1:4 scale. Next up, Blooming Lily Studio, my dress-up darling Marin Kitagawa in the black bunny suit. Okay, so this is also one of the better looking third-party Marin Kitagawa figures. Not many third-party brands can get her face right. This is one of the better looking ones. Even from this distance, I can tell that she looks fine to me. The only problem with third-party Marin figures is that if they are not customable, then there is not much reasons to get them, because there are so many genuine figures to choose from already. And this is how the figure is separated in the box. All right. The box. Okay. Blooming Studio is another brand we should keep an eye on, I guess. That Kiyosach earlier is fantastic. Right. Next up, Budding Toy Studio. Is it Budding Toy Studio? I think I mistyped the spelling over there. Okay, Chibi Frieren. Cute. Right. Here we have Baji Studio Honkai Star Real Acheron. Okay, this is one of Baji Studio's better looking figures. I end up covering Baji Studio almost every episode because of their inconsistency. I did not like their Genshin Baji figures, but this Acheron over here looks a lot better. The face sculpt is nice. And if I remembered correctly, their figures are not that expensive. Certainly not more than $200, but for this one, I think it shouldn't cost 200, should be lower than that. I would take the grey hair version. The grey hair version looks pretty nice. Next up, Baji Studio again, Wuthering Waves, Cantarella. Okay. Well, I think this is down to the price, right? I feel like I'm looking at a slightly better price figure, which is often a phrase I use to describe every Baji Studio figure release. This Akiran looks fine. This one, Cantarella, I think the face can be better. I think the mouth region. I'm not a fan of the mouth region. The way she is sticking out her tongue, not very natural, right? Yeah, it does not feel natural to me. It is like her mouth is anyways, I'm just complaining too much, I guess. But I have to. When these figures are not cheap, I need to be very picky with what I recommend. Yeah. More pictures. Okay, next up, Cast Design Studio Blue Archive Murokasa Akane. Okay, the face is perfect. And if you want a figure of her with giant bazongas on the chest, giant melons, this is the one to get, I guess. Assuming that I can find her in stock, of course. The thing with third parties is that regardless of whether they screw up or not, they can be hard to find after release. Yeah, depending on the brand and how much units they manufacture. You see, all I'm going for is the face, right? And I find this Murakasa Kane here to look fine. For genuine figures, I think there is a bunny girl figure of her. Was it Next Factory? Also a fairly new figure. Next up, Frieren by Cast Design Studio. Okay. Not the kind of face you would see Frieren make, but still very pretty. I like it a lot. Okay, so she is actually wearing clothes, just that I had to cover it up with boxes just in case, you know. The face is beautiful. I love it. Heavy shading on the hair, so I'm happy with what I'm seeing over here. Next up, we have BGA Studio Genshin Impact Yae Miko and Ganyu. Okay, this is the box and the actual figure. Wow, mass production, I see. Realistic face, not my kind of thing. But BGA Studio is a brand that appears very often in my weekly figure news, so we need to have a look what their quality is like. No, realistic face, not my thing. Craftsmanship and quality looks fine though. Yeah, not much I can complain. This is cosplaying as Ganyu and Yae Miko. I actually like how they did the paintwork on the skin. Look at the arm, the elbow region, the sculpting, and the paintwork looks fairly realistic. Right. I saved so many pictures because, yeah, I think it looks nice, just that it is not my thing. I'm actually enjoying the details on the figure. Right. If this is your kind of figure, I think GN Studio is a good purchase, right? Okay. Next up, Chocobo Studio Resident Evil Ada Wong. Well, looks like the game character, but yeah, not my thing once again. I've seen better. I've seen better figures of her. There is an even nicer figure of her later on. Okay, let's... Okay, when you give me a close-up look like this, I think the accuracy is there. It does look like Ada Wong. Okay, let's move on to Craftsman Studio Shigure Weave, a VTuber. Too bad this is all you get, right? No cast off. Face looks nice. So we are off to a good start in today's episode. Every figure so far looks fairly okay, except for a couple which are slightly off but still acceptable. Now CY Studio over here has this FGO Baoban safe, and I still want a proper official PVC figure of her. I think Max Factory did announce one, still in prototype stage. I'm not liking the face on this one. And I'm not too surprised by the fact that not many third parties can get FGO figures right. especially the face region, and I have no idea why. Alright, moving on to the next one, Demon Core Studio Frieren Riding Aura. The only kind of figure you can see third parties make, the genuine ones will never make. Okay, this Frieren over here, I don't like her face because she looks a tad bit too mature, right? Like a grown-up Frieren, when Frieren never really grew up, still a lolly baba. Aura's face is nice, but yeah, not my kinds of figure. This is for cultured people. Next up, Dimensional Cells Studio Asuka Langley. Okay. This is a matter of personal preference. I don't like the face on this one that much, but I can tell that this is like art style, just a matter of art style by the artist behind the figure. Everywhere else looks nicely detailed, very shiny. I love it. Yeah, different art style. Oh, that torn bodysuit is fabulous. Nice. Right. If I were to ignore the face, right, which is subjective, overall the figure looks pretty great. Can't complain. Right, next up, Dodomo Studio Etalia Raiza. Okay, this is the bonus version where she appears to be undressing, but since Chinese brands that are based in China can't do Hadaka figures now, this is as far as we get for a Dodomo Studio cultured figure, unfortunately. And this is the normal version. Unfortunately, I don't have pictures of her from other angles. I can't judge the face accurately from this angle. Looks fairly accurate, but Raiza, there are so many skilled figures of her that has already bargain bined. So you need to have a really good reason to get this one. Yeah, fan service, of course. Next up, Your Forger, which they did a fabulous job. Okay, there's a bikini version behind. They're out of focus. I hope that YouTube does not have an issue with it. Anyways, face is perfect over here. No issues. In fact, I've yet to see a third party screw up Your Forger's face. Some do it a bit better than the others, but overall, Your Forger is a character where even the price figure brands have no problems with. Must be very easy to sculpt. Right, next up we have Dragonstone Studio Azalane Swimsuit Jade. Figure is a bit too simple to my liking, but the face is spot on, very adorable. One picture only. Here we have Dragonstone Studio Fate Khalid Prisma Ilya. Okay, so since they do recast, most of the time there won't be any issues on the sculpt. So that is definitely the case over here. Yeah, she is Hadaka. So they are wrapping up the figure in this ribbon thing before they ship the figures out, right? Face is good. Right, no issues over here. Even though the quality of the images are not exactly great. Next up, Dragonstone Studio Professor Nia from Blue Archive. I think this is a recast as well. I feel I've seen this somewhere. But they surely did a good job over here, repainting and recasting it. Right, next up, The Talent Studio Azalane Secretary Elviter. I'm not sure if I pronounced that correctly. Yep, shading is lacking over here, even though the figure overall looks fine. Yes, she has black hair, but I would love to see some shading on her outfit at least. So this brand is a brand that I have mixed feelings about. Some of their figures I do like, others not so much. This one not so much. Okay, I saved so many pictures because I wanted a closer look of her face. I think her face looks fine. And here we have Fine Nip Studio, Evie and Scarlet crossover, right? Nikkei and Stellar Blade. The figure overall looks great. Once again, I've never really liked this crossover. I think that having Eve dressing up as Scarlet looked a bit weird to me, but if you interpret it as a, once again, cosplaying as Scarlet, I think the figure looks fine. I think Fine did a fine job here. Next up, Fixed Cast Studio Honkai Star Rail Swimsuit Robin. Once again, a brand with a track record. A long track record of recasting. So the faces are unlikely to be an issue. I think the face looks fairly accurate over here. One picture only. And here we have Frieren Studio Final Fantasy Tifa Lockhart. What do you guys think about her face? I'm not sure how to comment. And we are now only at alphabet F. A long way to go. 30 minutes in. I think this is identical to the official product pictures they showed us at least. That is all that matters. Yeah. Next up, oh, this is nice. FWS Studio, Azalane, Musashi, and Shinano. So, this FWS Studio is a brand that you should keep an eye on because they are making banger figures. And not just this pair of Musashi and Shinano, right? This pair of figures over here, I think their faces are a bit nicer than the Blooming Lily Studio earlier. Just a bit, right? I think both are great. And they are doing Olga Discordia from Kuro Ino. Now, this is perfection. This is what I want to see from third parties. And for Kuro Ino characters, yeah, there are figures of these elves from like native binding, right? But as far as third parties are concerned, this is as good as it gets. I can't show the rest of the figure on YouTube. But in the end, what matters the most is the face, and they got it right over here. Next up, Geisha Studio. I wanted to share this just because of this troll face with a Gatling gun, with a minigun. This is perfect. This is like a very nice birthday present for someone. If this is maybe around $100, I would love to have it. No, it is a meme. I need to check out OshGK later on and see whether they have this in stock. I feel like I want one. Next up, we have Genius B Studio Blue Archive Asuma Toki. Now, that is how you do the face sculpt. Beautiful. There's not a single thing I would change, and in fact, I find this face to be a lot nicer than the Max Factory scale figure. Yes, this is a lot nicer. Oh, this is... The eyes are glowing, like shiny. I'm not sure how they do it, but the level of detail over here is a notch above the official PVC figures I've seen. Oh, this is... Man, Genius B Studio! Yeah, the rest of the figure, this is for those of you cultured people, you know, front and back, reverse bunny outfit. But hell, this is a big figure, and oh, this is so pretty. Now you have my attention, Genius B Studio. Right, next up, Gulu Studio, Anya cosplaying as Sukuna from GJK, right? Okay, that is a 10 out of 10 face for Anya. Nice work. Alright, another figure of Anya from the same studio, crossover with Hatsune Miku. Nice. I have ran out of adjectives to describe these figures. Okay, here we have Hakimi Studio Honkai Star Castaways, and this is a brand I have been telling you guys to pre-order their stuff if the figure catches your fancy or anything like that. Their Bronya J-Chick, the one in the full mecha, full armor mecha thing. That's what I call it for now. My brain is barely functioning. Their Bronya J-Chick is like a 9.5 out of 10. And now they have another banger of a figure here. This Castaways is perfect, right? The only reason why I wouldn't want one is the amount of space it's taking up. This is at least $450 or $500, I can tell. Oh, Hakimi Studio delivers again. And this is the cheaper version. Yep, there's a cheaper version. And even the cheaper version is like more than good enough, right? Alright, next up, Hakimi Studio again, Castaways. Oh yeah, there are different versions of this figure. This is like version B, a casual version, a lot cheaper than the ones earlier. Face looks fine. Yep, looks fine to me. Heavy shading on the hair. Man, I really wish these third parties make PVC figures. Maybe I shouldn't wish for that because I would go broke for sure. And here Hakimi Studio has Wuthering Waves Cartetia, where the face is a 10 out of 10 again. Damn! This is among the nicest Cartetia figures I've seen yet that has been released so far. Look at the details on the outfit. Yep, the male version, as I call it, the lolly version and the male version. Also a 10 out of 10 face. Damn, hot damn. Hakimi Studio again, Zenless Zone 0 Yi Xuan. I haven't decided on the title of today's video yet. I wonder if I should make Hakimi Studio the main highlight for this episode. I'm out of words to describe these figures. Okay, next up, Halo Studio Snowbreak Containment Zone Katia Klein. Okay, just in swimsuit, in bikini, but the face is good. No complaints from me. And I might get the Good Smile Company PVC figure, right? Is it on pre-order? I think it is. I might get that one after release. This one, the face is nice, like 9.5 out of 10, 10 out of 10 face. Halo Studio again, Wuthering Waves Cartetia. This is also a 10 out of 10 face. I like the Hakimi Studio version a bit more, just a bit more because more details on the outfit. This one, less details on the outfit, but you get the cleavage over there for those of you cultured people who want more skin. Ho! I think instead of making Hakimi Studio the main highlight should be Wuthering Waves. Oh! Hot damn! This is why you should not overlook third-party resin figures as long as you don't mind collecting resin figures, of course, where you need extra care. Like those small parts on the forehead over here that is... I hope it is die-cast or something because that is going to be ultra fragile. This is actually better than genuine figures. Yeah, I mean the paint around the lips. The detail level here is a notch or two above genuine PVC figures. Ho ho. I'm just enjoying the view here. I don't really know what to say anymore. Halo Studio, excellent work. Competing with Hakimi Studio. Here we have Hera Studio 1x4 scale Marin Kitagawa. And Hera Studio is a brand that I have highlighted in my previous episodes of third-party resin figure brands. And this is another brand that got Marin Kitagawa's face right as a third party. Yep. This looks fine to me. So we don't have any Marin Kitagawa figures at 1x4 scale in school uniform. Now we have one by Hera Studio. If you like it and you find it in stock, yeah, go and get one, right? Next up, okay, this is her back. A lot of details, right? Heavy shading as well. Right, next up, How Cute Studio Sailor Moon Venus. This is also 10 out of 10. Very accurate to the actual character design from the anime. Yeah, How Cute Studio is known for making a lot of card captor Sakura figures, so no surprise, I guess. And the base over there, there's LED in it. Right. Here we have Huiman Studio, Guilty Crown, Yuzuriha Inori. Okay, this is fine. Not my favorite third-party Inori figure, but this looks fine regardless. Lots of translucent parts going on. Okay, what do we have here? Jin Hui Studio, Wuthering Waves Jin C. Okay, this one, I don't like this at all. And this is my least favorite figure so far. We still have a long way to go, but this is my least favorite so far at this point. Number one, her head is way too small. Number two, her legs are too damn long. Of course, there is a possibility where the use of a wide-angle camera lens once again made her legs look longer than usual. That is why women love using wide-angle camera lens to do their selfies, elongate their face, make their face look slimmer, make their legs look longer, stuff like that. That is what wide-angle lenses do. They are normally meant for landscape photography, but people misuse it to make themselves look more attractive in photographs, right? So even with the lens part being factored in, I think the proportions of this figure is ridiculous. This looks more like a Digimon to me. Like Omigamon, what the hell? Yeah. And even the face, while it looks fine, I've seen better Jinsei faces by other brands. Yeah, no, this is not good. Okay, oh, two different faces, okay. Well, let's move on to the reason why I saved so many pictures is because I wanted to get multiple different angles of the figure to see whether the legs are actually long or not. And yes, look at her thighs over there in this picture. They are too damn long. Right, next up, oh, this is nice. Imagination Studio, to be expected. I reviewed the Kafka. I still have it even today. I did not sell my Kafka by Imagination Studio. I love that figure. So this is A2 from Near Automata. Oh, of course, they got a professional to photograph this, right? This is excellent lighting work over here. Oh, the actual figure. Now, Imagination Studio, whenever you see their name, if you like the figure, pre-order it. No problems with this brand. Right, next up, Kenai Dan Wu Studio. Del Fox from Pokemon. Oh yeah, today's figure news, right? Not figure news, more like third party figure pictures review. We have a lot of furry stuff in today's video. There's another potential candidate to be a title for today's video. Okay, these are not very detailed figures to begin with, so they look fine. From the same brand, Mizumi Ayame, for those of you furry people. They are identical to the official pics. I remember covering this one in my figure news as well. Right, next up we have Cod Studio Xenoblade Pyra again. Okay, this is a good face sculpt. This is perfect. Nice. Nice work from Cod Studio. Okay, next up, okay. Here we have a new worst figure of the episode. Just overtook that Jinsei earlier. LGY Studio Honkai Star the Herta. What? I'm not sure what I'm looking at, but the face is completely off over here. I don't think the Herta looks like this, and the nose is barely visible. This feels like looking at a bootleg figure. I have to feel bad for whoever that pre-ordered this. Oh no. Oh no, this looks horrible. Missing nose. This is Lord Voldemort. Damn. Right. Train wreck of a face. Next up, Li Hui Studio Honkai Star Firefly. This barely looks like her. Okay, I guess there is some resemblance, but barely looks like her. There are many other nicer Firefly figures out there, Yeah, just Firefly in swimsuit. I guess I'm being a bit too harsh over here. I think the longer I stare at the figure, the more she is starting to look like Firefly. But yeah, there are still many other figures of her that are way nicer. Next up, oh, Light Team Studio. Future Diary, Mirai Nikki, Yuno Gasai. This is a really good figure of her. And this is the kind of figure where genuine figure brands will no longer give us. Like this anime ad back in the early 2010s. It is at least 10 or 12 years old at this point. And Yuno Gasai, we had Nandroids, but scale figures, I don't remember any. I could be wrong, but I don't remember any. And there were certainly none of her figures that are this bloody, right? This is perhaps the best Yuno Gasai figure I've seen yet from a third party. And it looks big. Is this 1x4? Looks like 1x4 to me. Next up, Lightyear Studio Ghost Blade First Light. Okay, so this should be licensed if I'm not mistaken. So yeah. Oh, the skin, man. The skin looks so realistic. Oh, If I were a fan of Ghost Blade, I would be buying this already if this is what her face looks like. Right. Next one here, Lingua Studio Your Forger cosplaying as Silk Song Hornet. Yeah, a game, right? Now this is another 10 out of 10 Your Forger face. They made her face look seductive, like she looks really dry, yet pretty at the same time. Nice work! Lingua Studio, that is a face that I really approve of. Right, next up, LK Studio Near Automata 2B. Yeah, there are no nuns out there that will dress up like this, but this is a trend in anime figures nowadays. Next up, Lolicool Studio. They make a lot of low-budget Blue Archive or Loli figures in general. Now, this Takanashi Hoshino looks fine, but she looks cheap at the same time. This should be around $120 or so. I think it is a nice addition to one's collection as long you keep your expectations in check. Don't expect something highly, detailed for something that costs $120, $130, especially for resin figures. Face is a bit of a mixed bag. I'm not sure if I like the face on this one. Yeah, pose is interesting. I like the pose enough. Okay, next up over here we have Lolicool Studio again. What is her full name over here? Let me check. Tanga Ibuki and Natsume Iroha. Okay, face is perfect. Very nice. And this figure comes in a set. Now, this is the kind of figure I would get from Lolicool Studio. That Hoshino earlier is not that nice. This is so much nicer. I think the unique pose is a big selling point. Next up over here, Loveholic Studio, Honkai Star Silver Wolf. Face is fine. The chest is about the right size, I guess. Some people will still complain it is a bit too big, I guess. But good enough for me. Of course, there are better figures of Silver Wolf, right? Next up, Lupacol Studio, Pokemon Espion. Yep, I can't show back pictures, rear view pictures of her, right? But this is what the head sculpt looks like for those of you furry people. Next up, Mikasa Ackerman from Magic Book Studio. Now, the face on this I don't like at all. I can think of at least 5 different figures of her by other brands that look better. This one is almost realistic territory. Next up, Make Zero Studio FGO Ishtar. Bunny girl outfit. Well, this is fine enough. The Aniplex version of Ishtar, I have it actually, but I never reviewed it on this channel. Despite all of the complaints about that figure falling off easily, that is still the best Ishtar figure if you factor in the face. Yeah, very accurate to the original artwork. This one is almost there, I guess. Next up, Your Forger again by Men's VM Studio. Of course, the focus has to be the feet. Right, face looks good to me. Here we have Manager Studio Genshin Impact Raiden Shogun. Okay, this Raiden Shogun, I don't like it that much. There is some resemblance, but this feels like a low effort figure. To be clear, this is not 18 plus. Her opai is visible partially, but without the pink dots, conveniently covered by her yukata, which is falling down. So this reminds me of another different anime figure by, was it Frieren? Not Frieren. It was a harem ecchi anime. Yeah, this reminds me of that. Okay, next up we have Manufacture Studio, Honkai Star Jing Liu. Realistic face, no, not my thing. I don't see myself buying another Jing Liu figure. I only have one Epsin Studio version and that is all I need. Yeah, realistic face version. Paintwork looks fabulous though. I can't complain about the paintwork over here. Next up, we have Mask Studio Shiratori Aira from Dan Da Dan. The kinds of figure that genuine figure brands won't give us. Bandai, what's up? Make a figure of her, man. PVC figure. For the fans of this series. This is one of the best Aira figures I've seen yet so far from a third party. Oh. Next up, Max Milk Studio AV actress Angel Mikami Yua. JAV actress Mikami Yua. Even I have heard of that name before. I wonder if it is licensed. If they are using her name openly like this, it could be a licensed figure. God, those wings, man, taking up so much of space. Next up, a Meng Chuan Studio Hololive Rabbit Pekra. Yup, face looks like Mommy Pekra to me. Such a shame, right, that this isn't castable. I'm sure people want to cast this one off. Heavy shading on the hair. I'm looking for shading. It is there. All is good. Here we have Meng Yaxiang Studio. I covered her last episode as well. And this is a brand that I highly recommend if you're looking for third-party stuff, right? Kiwi Araga Leopard from Gushing Over Magical Girls. I love that RPG she comes with. Fit detail. Yup. Genuine figure brands never give us this level of detail in the feet of their anime figures. Here we have MG Studio Cha Hei-yin from Solo Leveling, and she looks nice. This is the closest I can get. But from this distance, I can tell that the sculpting of the face is pretty accurate. And this is also the best looking figure of her so far. No genuine figures, but among the third parties, this is the nicest one. Okay, next up, Migin Studio Owari from Azalane. Too bad Anigame has decided to make the same exact figure, isn't it? And it is their most expensive PVC figure yet. Migin Studio has released their version, and this one is bigger than the... No, not bigger. Same scale. Anigame makes 1/6 scale figures of Azalane characters. Okay, so I wonder what is going on in the minds of those who pre-ordered this early back then. I don't think there is much regret because Migin Studio did a fabulous job with this one. You see, if I pre-ordered the Migin Studio version and I had already paid the deposit, in advance, that is often the case when you pre-order a third party, I would keep the pre-order, right? And forget about the Anigame version. Meanwhile, if you have not pre-ordered this one, you missed out on this one, then get the Anigame one. Yeah. Face is good, no problems over here. Beautiful figure. Here we have Migin Studio again, Nikkei Alice, and this is apparently a licensed figure. Yes, Migin Studio, they make both third-party stuff and also licensed stuff. And for a licensed figure, I guess that this Alice looks fine to me. I guess that the pose is unique if there is a selling point, but my favorite Alice figure so far is the Amakuni one. Yeah, that's my favorite one so far. That version is so much better than the one made by Flair. Okay, this is good for an Alice figure. Next up, Wuthering Waves Frolova. Oh man, this week's Wuwa figures, they are all cooking. Oh man, this is beautiful. Very classy. There we go. Migin Studio. No, I keep recommending their stuff in my weekly figure news feeds. This is what you're getting. This is at least $400, I think, this figure over here. Yep. $350 to $400, I think. Can't be cheap. And here we have Migin Studio again, Wuthering Waves swimsuit Changli. Okay, so this is just her wearing red bikini, nothing special. Face looks good to me, but if you want a figure of Changli, there are already official PVC figures of her on pre-order. I think pre-order closed by now, but keep an eye on it after release. I doubt she'll become that rare, right? And here we have Migin Studio again, Xander's Zone Zero Yi Xuan. Are there pictures of her face? Those are pictures. Nice legs though. Okay, even from this angle, I can tell that it looks good. Okay, here we go. You see, I'm staring at her face, trying to look for something to complain, but no, I think it looks fine. Yeah. Next up, Miyawu Studio Asuka. The photos are a bit too dark with this one. And a very stylish Asuka. Once again, one of those cases where you decide whether you like the art style or not. This is the official picture and this is the actual release, but the pictures are a bit dark. I think the face looks alike. Yeah, the face looks the same. Okay. Next up, Moroku Studio Frieren Fun. Face is perfect. 10 out of 10 face. The problem is the rest of the figure, just white lingerie, not very unique. Yeah. Next up, Moroku Studio Konosuba Megumin. In this Jack-O pose, she looks like she's having a constipation. Well, I think this is a fun figure to have, right? There are so many genuine figures of her. If you want a figure of her that is not weird, this is a nice addition to your existing collection in a way. And here we have, the same figure Good Smile Company made. This is by Moss Studio, Azerland, Cheshire. Yep, Good Smile made the same exact figure. In terms of the face, I think there is a slight difference between this one and the Good Smile version, and I like the Good Smile one a lot more. But by no means is this a bad figure. The paintwork is magnificent. Oh, this is a beautiful resin figure by Mountain Rain Cloud Studio. Ho ho, this is good. Is this 1x6 or 1x4? But this would be good enough in 1x6. I like this figure a lot, despite the simple pose. Next up, MT Studio Furry Made Series Morph Girl. This one was just pre-order opened a few months ago. Already released, huh? Alright, looks good to me. And here we have Mio Studio Dark Tsukino Usagi from Sailor Moon. Yep, realistic face, right? And this is normal Tsukino. This is identical to the official pics. I still remember it. So all looks good over here. Oh, she's wearing fabric outfit. You can change it. Indirectly customable. I think Dark Tsukino looks a lot better. Yeah, the grey hair looks a lot nicer here. Wow. Right, where's there again from New Age Studio and Nightwing Studio. Of course, I would take the one on the left because I'm so used to seeing her in that outfit. That version earlier is a lot nicer. Yep, this one is a lot nicer, but this one is probably a lot cheaper. New Age Studio in general, their figures are fine. Yeah, the pictures are not very high resolution, no? From these pictures, it almost feels like they have Joker mouth, really white, red color mouth. But if I look closer like this, not really, yeah. Okay, so here we have Marin Kitagawa by Newborn Studio. Are there closer up pics of her face? Okay, this is good enough. Alright. I guess that the third parties are slowly learning how to get her face right over here. This looks fine to me. Asuka by Nightwing Studio. Oh, this is perfect. This is like perfect Asuka face right there. Yup, this one. I still remember this one. Oh, the color gradients on the hair is nice. Right here we have Chun-Li by Origin Studio. Not my kind of Chun-Li. Texture on her outfit, typical for resin figure. My favorite Chun-Li so far is still the one by Max Factory, which is getting a re-release. Okay. Here, Origin Studio again, Ayanami Rei, realistic face. Oh, anime face. Right, good enough. What do you think about the color of her hair? I think the blue is too saturated. Rei's blue hair is a lot lighter in color. Yeah. The color is off. I'm not sure if I like the color for the hair. 1x4 scale. And okay, this realistic face reminds me of Art of Shunya. If you have been collecting figures for the past 10 years maybe, then you may know what is Art of Shunya. There were PVC figures of some anime characters, including Evangelion, which looked really similar to this. And it was done by an artist called Shunya. Nowadays, we don't hear about that anymore. This is very similar to that. Here we have Oshino Home Studio, Oshino Shinobu. Okay. I would still try to look for the Good Smile Company version. Maybe pre-owned, not brand new. That figure came out long ago, where she is lying on a stash of donuts. I would take that over this one, but this is not bad. Face looks accurate to me. Yup. You see the detail level on this thing? This is like a slightly better price figure. That is my problem. Here, oh, the helmet. At least the helmet is better than scale figure quality. Here we have PA Create Studio Near Automata Kane. Yeah, I wonder why there are so few figures of her. This is a very nice figure of Kane. And here we have Xenoblade Mitra doing the Jack-O pose. The one on the right, anime face, that is a good face for this character, right? That's why just now that that Mitra, not that Pyra by... Sorry, Mitra, not Pyra. Man, I keep mixing up the names. The one by Epsin Studio at the start of today's video, something is off about the face. This one is okay. So PA Create Studio is also a brand I covered many times. Their figures are mostly fine, but they do 1x4 scales more than 1x6, I think. And here we have Pepeho Studio Asuka on the hospital bed. I know this is based on the scene in the anime and in the movie as well. One of her arm is missing. I think this is a nice joke figure or meme figure to have, you know. Next up, Pink Butterfly Studio Mai Shranoi. What time is it? It is only 11:10 a.m. at the time of recording and I'm feeling hungry. Oh, this is BGA Studio, licensed figure, original character, and their figures are magnificent. So not much else to discuss here. Here we have Pop Studio, original character, Inoue Iris, Office Lady, and MILF. And here we have Pure Crush Studio, Surasaki Hina. Alright, this looks fine, but in the end, she is only wearing swimsuit, you know? Not sure if that is swimsuit or lingerie. It looks more like lingerie. And recently, we are getting a lot of choices for this character, but somehow there are not enough genuine figures of her. Face I approve of. The face is beautiful here. And Frieren in bunny suit by PW Studio. Oh, there is an alternative faceplate over here with that love shaped thing in her eyes. What do you think? Does it look like Frieren, right? I think it does, yeah. I'm trying to decide whether it looks like Frieren or not. Wait, next up, okay, more pictures. Okay, nice backside, nice skin color. And oh, the finish on the hair, very shiny. Some people may not like it, but I actually like shiny finishes. Not to the extent of metallic finish, but this is a bit too shiny, a bit overdone, but still very nice. Here, more pictures. And what else do we have? Okay, QKST Studio Electric Statue Heavy Metal 2B. Don't care about the figure, but I want everything else. You know, this looks like the kind of tube you see mad scientists with their experiments inside. Yeah, a floating Hadaka body inside, no? In cold sleep. One thing I don't like about this 2B is that, you know, the entire figure is black color. Yeah. Here we have Aisaka Taiga from Quiet Art Studio. Very nice. Yep, heavy shading on the hair. The detail, the sculpt is very heavy-handed. I love it. Oh. Simple figure at first glance. And then look at the shading on the hair and the red scarf. Amazing work. Quiet Art Studio, they occasionally collaborate with Hera Studio. Both brands are pretty good actually. Next up, Quiet Art Studio Saber. Okay, so with this Saber, I was writing her off In fact, I was treating her as being a meh average figure when I saw her back then during the pre-order period, and I really underestimated Quiet Art Studio over here because they do provide an anime version face, which is very nice. That's number one. The shading over here is heavier than what I've seen in genuine anime figures. And number two, the base on this figure is something unusual. I don't like the fabric outfit. I never liked fabric outfits being placed on anime figures or statues. But the base over here looks incredibly realistic. Like, look at that water over there. It is clear resin, right? Clear resin, but the craftsmanship made it so realistic looking. So this is Saber walking in the snow. Oh, she turns out way nicer than I expected. Yeah, this figure is one of the few that exceeded my expectations. Look at the snow on her umbrella. Attention to detail, man. Okay, here we have Quiet Art Studio again. And okay, I need to put this Frieren on the thumbnail of today's video. I have to. This is a 1x4 scale Frieren from the famous scene in the anime. Yeah, this will make her look offering something shady to Stark. 1x4 scale. If I had cash lying around and I don't know what to do with it, yes, I would want one of these. 1x4, sure. I want one. Face is a perfect 10 out of 10. And here we have RA Studio Frieren Chibi version. Very cute. Oh, one picture only, but very cute. Okay, and here we have Rainbow Studio Kafka. To me, the pose is unnatural. Like, what kind of pose is this? Like, swinging your arm like that. Yeah, posing for a photograph, I guess. Look at how many they made. Kafka shoe is popular. Many pre-orders, I guess. Next up, Raid Studio, Your Forger. Okay. Oh, okay. So that is the selling point, right? Yep. You need to get Your Forger in this outfit over here. I was about to write it off as something meh, and then I see this. Okay, fine. Next up, RF Studio Frieren. Yeah. Partially Hadaka. This is Frieren wearing makeup, and I'm very not used to seeing her looking like this. That version earlier, the one by Quiet Art Studio earlier, offering something shady, that is my favorite Frieren figure for today. Not going to change my opinions after this. Yup, Frieren with makeup looks pretty weird to me. It does look like her. The sculpt, the face, everything is accurate, just that I'm not used to seeing her looking this way. And here we have Sparkle from Honkai Star Rail by Rosa Studio. Sparkle in a cage. Face looks accurate. Yep. We have a lot of good figures today, right? Only 2 or 3 figures that look terrible. Anya again by Ruin Studio. Right, no problems, but I feel like the outline around her mouth is a bit too thick. Yeah, it almost looks like her lips are dirty or something. Is dirty even the right word? Yeah, it looks like we're wearing a really dark color lipstick. Oh, Grooming Studio Genshin Impact Verisa. Perfect. This is a 10 out of 10 face again. Just that her pose is a bit questionable, but she's wearing clothes over here, so I had cropped in the picture. But that is fine because my focus is only on the face after all. This is nice. Alright, here Grooming Studio again, Castories has been released. Grooming Studio is also a brand that I have no problems recommending. I've covered them in the previous episode as well. Every release so far has been pretty consistent in sculpting and paint work. And here we have AGC Studio VTuber Gogura. Is this like an adult version or something? Let me know down in the comments below, because the only Gogura I know is the lolly version where there are multiple genuine figures of her. I've never seen this version of Gogura before. Or is this just some random version that an artist came up with just to make like an adult version or a grown-up version of her? I have no idea. Or does this version actually exist, right? And here we have Sparkle again from King Studio. Pretty good. Right? I'm not sure if I have close-up pictures, but this looks really good. This is better than the version earlier by Grooming Studio, is it? This looks a lot better. Very detailed as well. Yep. Wow. I've never heard of King Studio. This is probably my first time covering them. Now they have my attention. This is a really good sparkle figure. Oh, LED. Ah. Right. And this is the better Resident Evil figure I was talking about. Too bad I need to cover the most important part on YouTube. This is by Shark Studio. Very classy, very elegant. And of course, I would get her in that red dress, right? If I had to choose only one, that red dress is so classy. Oh. Right, next up here, Ship Girl Studio, Azalin Aegir. This barely looks like Aegir. One of the more underwhelming figures for the day. Yeah. With Aegir, well, there's a genuine figure of her, but the box was massive. What was the name again? And there is also the one by Any Game. Just get the one by Any Game. Yeah. Okay, Soda Studio Iori by Dish. Yep. Blue. Is this Blue Archive Iori, right? Yes, Blue Archive. Okay, so this Iori figure is pretty interesting where it is a licensed figure, yet Soda Studio screwed up her face. This picture right here, the one on the upper left, that was what her face looked like during release a few months ago. And then there was like some kind of a recall where they agreed to fix her face because everyone were unhappy about it. So what do you think about the new face, the finalized one in the middle of the picture? Let me know down in the comments below, because in my Discord server, I'm seeing people still feeling dissatisfied with how the final figure turns out. It is a big improvement over the bootleg face on the top left corner. But yes, I do agree that something is slightly off over here. And for an official licensed figure, right? So Soda Studio licensed this from Dish, by the way, the artist Dish. For a licensed figure to be a bit off in the face department is kind of odd. I wonder how did the artist even approve it? Yeah. Okay, next up here, Spirit Demon Studio, Digimon Renamon. This is from Digimon 03. Renamon has a fairly flat chest, by the way, and they just slapped on a pair of oppai on her for some reason. Just because the furry gooners want it. And here we have Spirit Demon Studio Pokemon Sylveon. Yep, cultured stuff. I can only show the face over here. This is what Spirit Demon Studio's factory looks like. Wow. Yes, these figures are fairly huge, like this big. No? And here we have Star Origin Studio Honkai Star Rail Firefly. This is the more detailed version of her, I guess, because Mietos is making a gift plus of the same exact Firefly figure, currently on pre-order. Heavy shading, and that base, man, that base is beautiful. If anything, I don't think you should regret getting this one if you pre-ordered it, because the face looks fine and the base is outstanding. Next up, Asuka by Strange Thief Studio. No. I've seen a few Asuka figures today. This is the worst one amongst all. Not that there is anything bad looking about it. This is like classic anime art style, the 1995 Evangelion art style. Just that there are better ones out there. And here is Ray by the same company. Ray looks fine. Okay, here, okay, more pictures. This photograph over here is obviously taken with a wide angle lens, and I can tell because her head is distorted. It is like the top portion of her head is being stretched slightly. That's how you tell. You can tell that this is taken with a wide angle lens. This one, Albedo by Sunbird Studio. Oh, this is nice. Face is a 10 out of 10. This is good face sculpting. Makinami Mari by SX Studio. This one has a motorcycle, right? Yep. So this is the third party Mari figure to go for, I guess. That Itasha on the bike is beautiful. This should go for around $350 if I remembered correctly. And oh, the bike, man. SX Studio, they have figures of Evangelion. I mean, Rei, Asuka, every character with a bike like this, customized for the character, right? And this is the different brand, the Summer Plant Studio Makinami. Okay, looks good to me, but this is superior for obvious reasons. And here we have Wilhelmina from Brown Dust 2 by Tistel Centon Studio, a brand that I covered often. Too bad, yeah, I don't have any closer up pics, but looks fine from this distance. Here we have another crossover, Stellar Blade and Nikkei, Scarlet Eve by Thunder Z Studio. The one earlier is better looking, I think. I don't like the face on this one that much. 1x4 scale again. Right, next up over here, more pictures. Because of the details, I think. That's why I look at the details like this. I just needed to save the pictures. And here we have Tofo Figure Studio and Orient Myth Studio, Mihono Bourbon. This is a really good one. Though this looks like a recast to me, if I have to be honest. Mihono Bourbon, go and try to get the good small one. It is rare and expensive, right? But try to get that one. But this is quite nice as well. Can't complain. Here we have Trash Fish Studio Teresa. Is it a VTuber? I think it is a VTuber, right? Only one picture, though the face looks pretty good. And here we have Su Studio, Spy Family Anya cosplaying as Dragon Ball. This is... Man, these crossover Anya figures are just great, man. I like it. I do like it. Here we have Makima from Chainsaw Man by TY Studio. Semi-realistic face. This is almost realistic already. Yeah, not my thing. Even the face expression and everything feels out of character to me. And... Wait, no comment. Next up, Uno Studio Robin from One Piece bust figure. A really good one. I believe this is 1x4 scale, but it is a bust figure, so she is fairly affordable. Face is perfect, looks like Robin. And the paint on the wing is... Right, here we have Wawa Studio Dandadan Momo Ayase. Are there PVC figures of her? I think Furyu did make one, but I can't remember clearly. Or was it Mega House? The kick or the pose on this is a bit weird, if I have to be honest. Looks a tad bit unnatural, but you will want it for the cast-off feature. And here we have Jen Diak by X Pig Studio. Oh, they have Jen Diak Ultra as well. I think there is LED in the base. 1x4 scale from the looks of it. Yep, LED. There we go. And... yeah, I don't have any closer up pics, unfortunately, but it does look like Jen to me from this distance. Okay, and next up we have Y Studio, Mitra and Pira again from Xenoblade. Wow, the third parties love these two characters. Face looks good. Right. This is quite accurate. Yeah, low detailed figures, but at least they get the faces right. I can't complain. Oh no! Oh no! I need to take back what I just said. Okay, this one, her face looks fine, but for Mitra, I'm not sure if I like the face over here. Maybe it is a matter of viewing angle, but I feel like her eyes are too close to each other. Yeah, the eyes should be pushed further apart. I think the face is off over here. They ruined her eye. Here we have Yamangman Studio, a brand that I can recommend once again. Implaceable from Azalane. The issue is that Apex Toys is making this exact figure. They have already announced it in One Fest. Yamamoto Studio got her face right. This is a 10 out of 10 face once again. Beautiful sculpting. And here we have Blue Archive Sukatsuki Ryo from Yamamoto Studio. Once again, the face is good. Right? In terms of the pose, I prefer the one earlier by, was it BGA Studio? I think it was BGA Studio. But the face, this is slightly better. Yeah. Okay, next up, Yamamoto Studio again, Zender's Zone 0 Yixuan. Face is once again spot on. 10 out of 10 face. And nice backside. So, this is better than than the other Yixuan figure earlier. Was it Migin Studio? I think it was. The face on this is slightly better. Okay, oh, that gold paint is beautiful. Moving up next, we have YJ Studio Arknights Virtuosa. Okay, initially I wanted to complain about how the dress is too dull looking, yet at the same time, if it was glossy black, the figure would look even cheaper as if it is a bootleg. So maybe not a bad idea to keep it matte. And the closer I look, there are actually a lot of details that are hard to appreciate in these photographs over here. For example, at the bottom region around her dress, I can see some brownish or red color accents being added. It was pretty hard to see initially, and then as I stare at the pictures for a bit longer, I started noticing it. So that is the problem with these photographs. Sometimes they don't do the figures any justice. And here we have YJ Studio again, Blue Archive Mika Misono. Mika Misono, okay. I guess it does look like her. Yeah, only one picture, unfortunately. Yeah, it does look like her. And for Mika Misono, we have quite a number of choices from third parties. For genuine ones, I think Good Smile Company has a figure of her too. And moving up next here, we have Nier Automata A2 by Yoha Studio. Oh, quite a number of them being produced over here. Well, this won't be my top choice, but at the same time, imagine looking at this figure from the side, right? Side view, which is the left side in this case, and you have a backlit scene, sunlight or something from behind. The figure can look quite dramatic, can look quite photogenic in a way, no? Yeah. I still prefer my Nier Automata figures to come with weapons. Like, if I buy a 2B figure, she needs to be holding a katana at the bare minimum. A bigger sword is even better, yeah. Oh, okay. The short hair version. I think I like the short hair version, but regardless of that, the face sculpt is beautiful. Once again, these pictures are not really doing the figures even enough justice. I would imagine that the figures look even better when you look at them closer, right? Oh, that looks pretty nice. Look at the sculpt on the hair. I love that. Right, more of it from the same brand. Different versions. This must be the cheaper version, and this is like the deluxe version. Wow, they got a lot of pre-orders. Yeah, this looks nice. Okay. Now I'm seeing all this extra stuff in this deluxe version. Now that is so much better. I just said I wanted my Nier Automata figures to have weapons. Okay, this is good enough. Yeah. Right, next up we have Yam's Collector Studio. They make quite a number of Azalane figures. This is Admiral Nakimov. Face looks perfect. They nailed the face once again. I like it a lot. So she is actually wearing clothes, right? It is like her white bodysuit. There is a zipper in the center, and you get to see a pantsuit underneath. No hadaka, unfortunately. There is a another version where she's wearing less clothes at the background over here. You can't see it, but no full hadaka. So yeah, too bad about that. But I'm covering up it with the poor cat just in case, on YouTube. But I don't think there are any genuine figures of Nakimov yet. No, I don't think so. We need figures of her. And here we have Yam's Collector Studio again. A2 from Nier Automata. Yeah, bunny suit. Face looks okay for this one. Now I'm starting to feel like the Goroha Studio version earlier looks a lot better. Very red lips. You know, when I see women wear lipstick, sometimes I feel like a very bright red is a bit distracting or not very nice to me. Personal preference, of course. I think some other lighter shades of color are nicer. ZH Studio, I just wanted to share this. I don't really see a point in sharing ZH Studio Anya figures every episode because their track record is pretty much perfect at this point. But this crossover with Akanagi Ken from Tokyo Ghoul, this is such a cool crossover that I needed to share with everyone, which is why, yeah, I made this an exception. ZH Studio released another few Anyas this past month. This is the only one I chose for today's video, I think. Yeah, pretty awesome. Right, oh, we have more. Damn, I thought I only chose Kaneki Ken. This is Edo Itachi from what do you call that? Naruto. Okay, Jui Wanja Studio, they make furry stuff. Hatsune Miku and Kasane Teto, furry version. Okay, and not my kind of figure, and details are a bit lacking on this one, right? Not much shading going on with the paint work. And here we have Jui Wanja Studio again, Pokemon Gardevoir. They keep making these. Once they sell out, they make a new version of the same character. So a lot of furry going forward. I'll go through them quickly because most of these figures, they look fine, not much issues, but paintwork detail is on the average side of things. Shading is a bit light. This is Meow's Karada from Pokemon as well. You see, I know nothing about Pokemon other than Pikachu, of course. So I doubt that the actual Pokemon character designs are this hot, right? I don't think so. They made the Pokemon characters more humanoid in this case. Yeah, this is about Kotobukiya levels of detail in a scale figure. More of it, Jui Wanja Studio Pokemon Reshiram. No people are really buying these things up, which is why they keep making the Reshiram as well, different version. Okay, Zuye Studio, Asuka, Bikini Mate, nothing much going on over here. Oh, come on, man. Put more effort in the base. That is a very simple base. Black disc again. And here, okay, ZTR Studio, they make a lot of Gunner stuff. So this time around, I have quite a number of figures from this brand. They keep putting new stuff on pre-order and I never knew what their quality was like. Of course, we can all complain about how the hair or the Sukumizu over here has very minimal shading, but all I care about for now is the face. So for this Hina Sorasaki, this is cultured figure. Her chest is exposed actually, and the face looks fine. It looks like Hina. No issues over here in my opinion. And here we have Professor Nia. Now this one, I don't like it that much. The recast earlier by a different brand is slightly nicer. And so was it Migin Studio? Migin Studio also made a figure of Professor Nia, which is even nicer than this one. And what do we have here? Okay, this one looks terrible, right? Oshino Takanashi from Blue Archive. This feels like looking at a price figure but with better shading in the paintwork, specifically the hair. This is price figure level. I mean, it better be $100 or less, otherwise it won't be worth it. Yeah, so I'm seeing some inconsistency with ZTR Studio, or maybe it is just a matter of price point. The cheaper figures are maybe not as good, meanwhile the expensive ones are better, maybe. But this one I can't recommend it, even at $100. At least they put a lot of effort into the face. Yeah, the detailing on the face is good over here. And here we have ZTR Studio Kamadeva from FGO. Now this one is like a different level compared to that Hoshino figure earlier. This is so much better. I only have one picture, but I look at the gold color parts around the stockings, right? The detailing, this is very nice. Heavy shading on the tentacles, on the hair. This is my favorite ZTR Studio figure yet, I think. And here we have ZTR Studio Cinderella. Bunny suit, but the bunny suit is like translucent. You can see the pink dots on her chest, so I had to cover it up. Face does look like Cinderella, but not very impressed by this one because in the end it is a bunny girl. And more ZTR Studio, this is Flanders. and Ramelia. Yeah, very low resolution pictures. We can't really appreciate much detail. That's the problem with these pictures over here. That is what I could find, unfortunately. Lying on this photo frame, and I don't like this pair of figures, even though they are Hadaka, because it feels like putting two figures on a $1 photo frame from Best Buy, or not Best Buy, from your cheapest thrift store or something. Yeah, those photo frames look really cheap to me. Uh, and yep, the last one here. I saved the best for the last. ZTR Studio Yuri Zono Seiya swimwear from Blue Archive. Now this one, the face is spot on, 9.5 out of 10, 10 out of 10. And the swimsuit is like slightly translucent, yet not quite. You can see through a bit of it. And the nyan nyan is actually visible, which is why I cropped off the bottom of the picture. The picture is way taller. Anyways, putting aside FGO Kamadeva earlier, this is my second favorite figure by ZTR Studio. But so far, out of the 4 or 5 figures I just went through from ZTR Studio, seems like there is some inconsistency over there. Some are slightly better than others in quality. But in general, the face part at least is still okay. So that would be all for today's episode 11 of which third-party resin figure brand is any good. We have a few bad apples, but overall the rest are quite decent. Yeah. So hopefully this video over here, I know it is long, but hopefully it will be beneficial or informative for those of you who want to check out some third-party figure brands but don't know where to start or who to trust. And until then, if you found this video helpful or informative, please give this video a like and subscribe to this channel for more anime figure content every week. And until then, I'll see you soon. Thanks for watching and goodbye.